Well, ABC 27 got a remarkable opportunity to interview a retired member of the Air Force One crew with President Bush on 9/11 24 years ago today.
And he told us from his home in Niagara Falls that America was not ready for what came that day. Here's his experience. It was the morning of September 11, 2001. Air Force Master Sergeant Jeffrey Elder was a steward on Air Force One. He was in Sarasota, Florida, where President Bush was visiting a school. The first plane hit.
We're like, well, wait a minute, it's not foggy. What's going on there? And as we're continuing to watch, another aircraft hits the World Trade Center. At that time, we immediately knew what was going on.
The country was under attack. Colonel Mark Tillman called the Air Force One crew together. They were told not to communicate with anyone.
If you communicate with anybody in the world, not only will you be off the Air Force One crew, you will be in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, our biggest military prison.
President Bush appeared.
As he came up the stairs, and I saw the determination in his eyes, with like, we're going to get who did this to him. Of course, Secret Service deemed Andrews, Washington, D.C. was not safe, so we could not go back there. So we were flying around the Gulf a bit, and then they found a safe location at Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana. I saw something that I see in third world countries, but I'd never seen in the United States. I saw Humvees with all sorts of artillery out in the open, everything that you can imagine, and they surrounded our aircraft as we came in. And it was just like everybody looked at us, we're at war.
President Bush insisted on going back to Washington. The Secret Service was against it, but agreed.
The atmosphere on the aircraft, of course, everybody was tense. There was actually two of our flight attendants and the president, they actually had a very tender moment where they just saw each other and just embraced real quick.
In the air, 11 American military aircraft surrounded Air Force One. When they landed, they knew Washington could still be a target, so the Air Force One crew was sent home. Master Sergeant Elder hugged his wife and children and turned on the television.
I was a firefighter, so when I saw that one trade center falling, I immediately thought of my brothers, my firefighter brothers, that everybody was in that building that were trying to get out. They gave us a citation for going above and beyond because we had no contingency in place for anything like that. And the thing that I always tell people is lest we never forget, because on September 11th, 2001, America had their guards down. And when we had our guards down, they caught us with our guards down. And hopefully we won't get back to that situation where our guards are down and they're going to catch us again.
He does have great admiration for how President Bush handled that day.
His last name is Elder. I respect my elders.
Indeed.
He's a very interesting fellow there, and we'll thank you for that story and thank him for sharing.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27. We're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the home page, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.